Libra love, God is performing a miracle for you and it begins now. Between November 9th and 11th, 2025, you are standing at the doorway of divine timing. This isn't a coincidence. You didn't stumble upon this video. You were led here because something sacred is being activated in your life. Welcome to Zodiac Whisper Tarot, where your presence is not just noticed, but honored. If you're watching this, it means the universe has hand-selected this exact moment to whisper truth into your spirit. So let me ask you, what if this is the video that changes everything? What if this is the moment your breakthrough begins? Right now, a celestial shift is unfolding over your chart. The moon in Leo lights up your creative essence, urging you to take up space unapologetically. The sun shines directly into your second house, your values, your money, your self-worth. And Jupiter, the planet of miracles, forms a sacred tension that cracks open everything that once felt blocked. If you've been waiting for a sign, Libra, this is it. Feel into that. That quiet knowing in your chest? That tingling in your palms? That's not just intuition, that's divine confirmation. You see, miracles don't always arrive with trumpets and lightning. Sometimes, they show up in soft revelations. Sometimes, they begin with a video, a voice, and a message that resonates too deeply to ignore. This is one of those moments. Now, let me take a sacred pause and say, thank you. Thank you for being here. Every single like, every comment you write, every subscription, it isn't just a number on a screen. It's a thread of connection that weaves you deeper into the spiritual family we've built here at Zodiac Whisper Tarot. Your energy moves this space. Your support allows messages like these to reach those who need it most. And because you're here, I know you feel it. There's something within you that knows you're on the brink of something big, not because someone else told you, but because your soul is starting to remember. The time of waiting, doubting, and shrinking is over. What's ahead of you is greater than what's behind you. So here's what I ask of you: pause. Breathe. Tune in. And if any part of you has already whispered yes to this moment, I invite you to anchor it in. Type in the comments, "I receive this miracle." Let your words echo across the digital universe. Let them ripple. Let them claim what's already yours. Stay with me, Libra, because what we're about to uncover in the rest of this message is nothing short of extraordinary. We're going to look into the divine blueprint that's unfolding for you. And trust me, it's bigger, brighter, and more aligned than you've dared to imagine. This is your time. Let's walk through that open door together. There's a gentle power in realizing that what you've been searching for outside has quietly lived within you all along. For you, dear Libra, this moment is not about fighting to prove your worth or breaking away in rebellion. It's about remembering who you are when the noise fades and the world grows still. You've spent so much time being the peacekeeper, the calm in everyone else's storm, the balance in the imbalance, and yet, how often have you withheld your truth just to keep things beautiful on the surface? It's not weakness. It's not fear. It's love, but misdirected. And now, something within you is stirring, asking, what would happen if I chose myself this time? Imagine a candle flickering softly in a sealed room. It's safe there. Protected from wind, shielded from disruption. But in that sealed safety, the flame can only burn so long before it suffocates. That candle is you. And this moment, right here, is when fresh air finally breaks through, when something unseen lifts the veil, and for the first time in a long time, you feel space to breathe deeply, to expand beyond your self-imposed stillness. You are not being asked to destroy what you've built. No loving force, not the universe, not divine will demands that. You are being invited to come home to your soul. To realign. To rise without chaos, and grow without guilt. Sometimes, this invitation arrives through unexpected messengers, a stranger who speaks to a wound you've never voiced, a mentor who sees in you what you haven't dared to claim, or a past love who reemerges not to stay, but to mirror back the strength you forgot. These are not coincidences. They are part of the choreography of healing and the choreography of reclaiming. As someone who walks with you in the language of stars and symbols, I want to assure you this isn't about becoming someone new. It's about remembering the version of you that has always been worthy, radiant, and free. In energy work, we often speak of alignment. In astrology, we speak of transits and returns. But in healing, we speak of something quieter, the moment you stop negotiating with your own voice. This is that moment, Libra. And if you've ever felt like you're waiting for permission from others, from fate, even from God to live your truth, let this be it. Let this be the permission you didn't know you already had. Life has a mysterious way of sending confirmation when you need it most, sometimes in the form of whispered encouragement, other times through what feels like divine interruption. Whether it's a closed door, a sudden shift, or a quiet realization while washing the dishes, miracles rarely shout. They often arrive like dew on grass, unnoticed unless you're awake enough to feel their grace. For those who find comfort in the sacred, in prayer, or in the whisper of scripture in your heart, perhaps you've heard it before: be still and know. That knowing isn't always loud. It comes in quiet resolve, in the choice to speak when your voice shakes, in the courage to stop dimming your light to match the room. So as we move forward, keep asking yourself, what truth have I silenced in order to keep the peace? And more importantly, what would happen if I trusted that speaking it would actually heal more than it would harm? This, Libra, is the miracle. Not the dramatic arrival of something outside of you, but the peaceful return of something sacred within you. Now is the time. Not to escape, not to destroy, but to expand with grace, with awareness, and with faith that what rises within you is holy. Let it rise. Let it guide you home. Not every card in a reading shows up to deliver clarity. Some arrive to challenge your comfort zone. Others step in like trusted guides, gently revealing what you've always known but were not yet ready to claim. When the magician, the star, and the lovers appear together as they have for you now, they don't simply tell a story. They activate something ancient within you. They speak to your inner architecture, the energetic blueprint you came into this world carrying, waiting for the moment you'd be ready to remember. The magician is not about manifesting with flashy spells or wishful thinking. It's about alignment, the kind that forms when your thoughts, emotions, energy, and actions all begin moving in the same direction. This card shows up when you are ready to realize that you've always had the tools. The wisdom you've been searching for. It's inside you. The courage you've been waiting for. It's been there, growing slowly behind your restraint. The Libra energy you carry is naturally diplomatic, often gentle in approach, but the magician doesn't ask for politeness. It asks for clarity. It's the moment when you place your hands on the altar of your life and whisper to yourself, let's begin again. The elements earth, air, fire, water they respond to your decision to begin. You're not lacking. You're remembering. Then comes the star, and with it, a softness that only appears after the storm. This card is a balm, not a bandage. It doesn't hide the hurt, it helps you heal it. The star is the moment you look up into a quiet sky and realize that even the smallest light can guide you when everything else has gone dark. It's subtle. It doesn't rush. And that's what makes it holy. In everyday life, this card could look like a new perspective arriving after a season of burnout, or a simple moment of stillness that feels like grace. Many who pray wonder when they'll hear an answer. But sometimes the answer isn't loud. Sometimes it's a slow unfolding, a gentle shift, a knowing in your bones that says, I'm not alone anymore. Even in busy lives, even in chaos, hope knows how to find you. The Lovers, however, is often misunderstood. It's not just about romantic connection. It's about conscious choice, especially when the stakes feel high. This card reflects the sacred tension between what feels easy and what feels right. For Libra, this moment is especially significant. Your sign is ruled by Venus, the planet of beauty and love, but also of value and self-worth. And so, the Lovers asks, are you choosing from a place of wholeness or compromise? Are you living in alignment with your truth, or are you performing a version of yourself that makes others comfortable? This is the card that dares to ask, what do you really want? And more than that, do you believe you deserve to have it without apologizing for it? Together, these three cards are not offering prediction, they are offering participation. You are being invited to take part in your own miracle, not wait for it passively. Whether you draw strength from spiritual practice, journaling, mindful action, or simple daily courage, this is your time to move toward the life that's been quietly waiting on the other side of your indecision. You don't have to get it perfect. You just have to say yes to your power, to your healing, and to your truth. That's when real magic begins. Love, in its highest form, is never about control or possession, it is about reflection, expansion, and clarity. For you, dear Libra, who is often so naturally inclined to seek balance and harmony in every connection, this moment is inviting you to see relationships not just as a source of comfort or identity, but as sacred mirrors revealing what you're ready to heal or elevate within yourself. And that can feel both beautiful and confronting. When you're already in a relationship, the emotional climate might be shifting beneath the surface. Maybe there's a truth you've held back, a desire, a fear, a dream you've tucked away out of fear it might create discomfort or disrupt the peace. But the longer you delay expressing it, the further you drift from your own center. This is the time to remember that honesty, when grounded in love, isn't conflict. It's alignment. Speaking your truth isn't a betrayal of the bond, it may be the very thing that deepens it. The universe is nudging you now. Love thrives in light, not shadows. And when you bring your full self into a relationship, you give your partner permission to do the same. For those walking solo at the moment, a new connection may soon cross your path, but not in the way you might expect. This isn't about fixing the loneliness. It's about resonance. You've been doing the inner work. You've been unlearning the belief that love is only valuable when it's earned, proven, or chased. The energy that's coming toward you now is different. It meets you where you are. And more importantly, it reminds you of your own light, not because it fills you up, but because it reflects what you've already been cultivating in silence. Be open, not desperate. Curious, not attached. This is where magic begins. Now, if you find yourself entangled in a connection that lacks clarity, perhaps on again, off again, or emotionally inconsistent, this is the moment to pause and ask yourself, what am I really holding on to? Sometimes we cling to someone not because of who they are now, but because of who they once were, or who we hoped they'd become. But hope is not the same as presence. And the truth is, you deserve to be loved with intention, not hesitation. Their silence isn't your fault. Their indecision isn't your responsibility. You don't have to keep waiting for someone to choose you when your soul is already asking you to choose yourself. This brings us to something vital: self-love. It's not a trend or a buzzword. It's a practice. A discipline. It's saying no to what diminishes you, even when it's disguised as affection. It's speaking kindly to yourself on the days when your reflection feels unfamiliar. And it's choosing not to abandon yourself in the name of maintaining connection. The truth is, loving yourself first isn't selfish, it's sacred. Because when your cup is full, the love you give isn't laced with conditions or exhaustion. It flows clean. It becomes sustainable. It becomes true. This season is offering you a shift in how you relate, not just to others, but to your own needs, desires, and standards. Love is not just something you receive. It's something you embody. And whether that means opening your heart to someone new, deepening the honesty with someone current, or releasing a connection that no longer reflects your growth, every choice you make now is a vote for your future. You don't need permission to want more. You only need to believe you're worthy of it. And that belief, Libra, starts today. Sometimes, growth isn't loud. It doesn't come with announcements or applause. Sometimes, it looks like quietly shifting the questions you ask yourself. And for you, dear Libra, that shift is happening now. You're no longer asking, how can I survive this month? You're asking, how can I build a life I'm proud of? That subtle redirection from fear to visiones, where transformation begins. It's a sign that your relationship with your career and finances is evolving from a space of reaction into one of intentional creation. In astrology, the 2nd and 6th houses often carry the themes of value, work, and daily structure. And when cosmic alignments touch these areas, you may find yourself naturally drawn to redefine what success looks like, not based on external standards, but based on internal truth. What does abundance mean for you? Not just in your bank account, but in your energy, your time, your sense of purpose. Abundance is not just about what comes in. It's about what flows through you and how aligned it feels when it does. As someone who deeply studies energy work and the law of attraction, I often remind others that manifestation is less about thinking hard and more about becoming. You attract not what you chase, but what you embody. So if you felt stuck financially or professionally, it might be time to examine the emotional and energetic posture behind your efforts. Are you building from a place of fear and urgency? Or from grounded confidence that says, this is who I am, and I trust what follows? It's important now to begin anchoring your next chapter with practical but meaningful habits. Not just because they produce results, but because they help rewire your relationship with self-worth. Set a new financial goal, not just one that looks good on paper, but one that feels good in your spirit. Create a vision that excites you enough to wake up for, even on tired mornings. Make space for the discipline that fuels your future self, not as punishment, but as a devotional practice to the life you're building. Devote just 30 minutes each day to cultivating your highest skill, the one that feels most naturally you, the one you've been nudging aside for other obligations. That small window of time, if protected and focused, becomes the seed of something real. And if overwhelm visits, don't push it away. Instead, journal. Write down how money makes you feel, what work represents to you, what your childhood taught you about earning, receiving, and deserving. These small emotional clarities create a ripple effect in your real-world outcomes. You don't need a radical pivot overnight. But you do need consistency. You need your choices, big and small, to reflect the kind of life you say you want. That's how destiny reshapes itself. That's how the will begins to turn, not randomly, but as a direct response to your energetic readiness. And if you ever wonder whether it's too late to become who you're meant to be, remember, even in the busiest, most chaotic seasons of life, the door to abundance remains open. The invitation is always there. It shows up in the form of a gut feeling to try again, an unexpected opportunity, or a quiet knowing that tells you to keep going even when no one is watching. Let those whispers guide you. This chapter isn't about more hustle. It's about aligned effort, thoughtful risk, clear desire. Libra, you're not just here to survive. You're here to create something beautiful, sustainable, and uniquely your own. Start with what you have. Trust what you're becoming. And know that the universe supports those who dare to build from their truth. Often, the deepest healing doesn't come through confrontation, it comes through clarity. And for you, Libra, this chapter isn't about fighting to change your past or demanding that others see your worth. It's about stepping into a space where your peace matters more than unfinished conversations, and your present alignment matters more than reliving old dynamics. Sometimes, the universe gently calls us back, not to fix what was broken, but to witness how far we've come, and to remind us that the stories we were raised in do not have to become the future we live out. In astrology, family and roots are governed by the fourth house, the foundation of your emotional structure. And when energy gathers in this space, you may feel drawn toward home, childhood, memory, or even old wounds you thought you'd long outgrown. But this time, something feels different. You're not looking to rewrite the past. You're looking to release its grip. You're beginning to understand that the people who shaped you were navigating their own unresolved stories. And whether they did the best they could, or fell short in ways that left marks, you no longer have to carry their weight as your own. This season is asking you to explore what it means to love from a healthy distance, to honor your connections without compromising your emotional safety. Setting boundaries doesn't mean you're closing doors forever. It means you are learning to stay open without being exposed. There is strength in that kind of love, the quiet kind that knows where the edges are and respects them with grace. In emotional healing, there's a sacred truth that often gets overlooked. Forgiveness isn't something we do for the other person. It's something we do with ourselves. Not because we excuse the pain, but because we choose to no longer be defined by it. Forgiveness is the act of saying, "This happened. It hurt. And I will no longer give it the power to dictate who I am becoming." That doesn't mean you have to re-enter spaces that drained you, or rebuild what was never stable to begin with. It simply means you stop bleeding for wounds you didn't cause. And in that, you become free. Sometimes, this freedom is tested when someone from the past returns, maybe with a smile, maybe with regret, maybe with nothing at all. You might feel the pull to engage, to explain, to seek closure. But here's something I've learned through years of soul work and coaching. Closure is an internal process. It's not something you wait for. It's something you choose. And when you choose it, you start creating emotional patterns that support your growth rather than sabotage it. You don't have to relive the past to heal it. You only have to stop repeating it. That means noticing where the same story keeps showing up in your relationships, your responses, your resistance, and gently choosing different. Not because you're trying to be better for others, but because you're finally being better to yourself. Let yourself become the ancestor who breaks the cycle. Let your presence in this lifetime be the moment when the old weight is put down, and something lighter is allowed to begin. You don't have to make a public statement about it. You just have to make a personal decision, that your peace matters, your joy is sacred, and your legacy begins now. As we move forward in this reading, keep in mind that you're not alone in this work. Many are being called right now to create new ways of loving, of relating, of remembering. And just by showing up fully for your own healing, you are already doing something brave. Something that ripples far beyond you. Something that quietly transforms everything. If you've made it to this point in the video, Libra, I want to take a deep breath with you and pause because something has just shifted. Not out there. Not in the stars. But inside you. You didn't watch this far just for predictions. You stayed because some part of you is waking up. Some part of you is remembering that you are the miracle you've been waiting for. You see, the universe doesn't always intervene by taking away our pain. More often, it empowers us to rise in the midst of it, to see with new eyes, and to choose differently than we did yesterday. That's the essence of a true miracle, not escape, but evolution. And the moment you decide to stop waiting for your life to change and instead begin building it, from the inside out, everything starts to shift. So now I gently ask you, what is one thing, just one, that you are willing to begin again? What dream are you ready to revisit, even if your voice shakes? What truth are you finally ready to claim, even if no one else understands it yet? Because when you name it, even silently, you're declaring to the universe, I'm ready. I'm no longer hiding from who I am. Let me offer you something simple yet powerful. Write it down. One intention. One commitment. And each morning for the next 3 days, speak this affirmation aloud. I open my heart to receive what is divinely meant for me. Whether you call it faith, alignment, energy, or just quiet knowing, this statement anchors your path. This is your invitation to practice, not perfection. Don't worry about getting it all right. Instead, stay close to your awareness. Protect your peace. Honor your timing. Be willing to show up imperfectly but sincerely. That's what moves mountains. That's what turns inner light into outer reality. And now, I want to hear from you. In the comments below, share one sentence, one word, or one insight from today's message that touched you deeply. What stirred something in you? What are you going to carry forward from this experience? When you write it down, you're not just commenting, you're grounding your transformation. Also, if this video held space for you today, if you felt seen, comforted, or inspired in any way, I humbly ask that you like, subscribe, and share this moment with someone who might need it. Every bit of support fuels this sacred space we're building here at Zodiac Whisper Tarot, where you are always welcome, always held, and always reminded of your divine worth. Libra, the world doesn't need you to be perfect. It needs you to be present. It needs you to be whole. And the truth is, you already are. You've just forgotten, and today, you remembered. That's the beginning of everything. And I promise you, from this point forward, if you keep walking in your light, you will not walk alone. You were born to shine with grace, with wisdom, and with a quiet power that inspires others simply by being real. So go on, Libra. Take this miracle in your heart and step into your day with courage. This is your moment and you're ready.